Masters of the Obvious. I am Isaac Rodriguez, your host and the creator of the Double Legal Process. Here's where we talk about things that are obvious to us, but not necessarily obvious to everyone else. For example, the power of improvisation in interpersonal relationships, particularly with my mom. Learning the improv changed my life, and dealing with her and Alzheimer's. She had lost the ability to speak within 6 months. And I was always telling her, no, 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 until I realized all I needed to do was say yes and. One of the first principles I learned, making positive and active choices. Well, my guest today knows all about that in the work that she does. She is a certified senior advisor with Oasis Senior Advisors. And she does senior placement, free senior placement in Palm Beach and Broward counties, Florida, but not how did she get there is what we want to know, what I want to know more about, because that is the story that is really so compelling. Candy, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. So I've been doing senior placement for 11 years now, and I got into the business because I needed to move my own parents to assisted living. And within a month or so of doing this as a business, I realized I found my life's calling. I'm really good with seniors. I'm very patient. I love their stories and I love helping them. And after a little while of doing it, I realized my mom, I wasn't always so patient with my mom. She would push my buttons. And I started thinking, why can't I be patient with my mom the way I am with my clients? And I had studied acting years ago, and I thought, I need a different mindset. I'm going to use the acting training to think of my mother as if she was my client. So I set that intention, and I knew what she was going to say that would normally push my buttons, and it stopped. I was great with her. I was so patient with her. And I highly recommend that families figure out a way to do this, to be more intentional with how they treat their loved ones, their elderly loved ones, especially.
No question about it. And that's just one example that you have experienced with what it is that you do and all it is that you do. So thank you so much for sharing that. Really do appreciate you being with us. Where can we find you, Candy?
OasisSeniorAdvisors.com/South Florida is my website, and people can call me at 954-540-2595.
Very important to note, it is a free service. Give Candy a call. Thanks again for joining me. This has been Masters of the Obvious. Here's the outro.